did that build your confidence the way you performed?
Yeah, that was good to get out there and finally be able to play. I was happy to get out there and have the playbook wide open. Usually, in the past, I usually go in when the game's well under control. I mean, that game was probably well under control as well, but it was good to get out there and finally, months and months of practice to get out there and kind of cut it loose. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Good for my confidence.
You mentioned after the game about you spend so much time on the sidelines. There's no point in going out there and playing scared. Can you kind of just expand on that a little bit, just kind of your mentality when you go in about cutting it loose?
Right, yeah. I mean, we all work so hard. I mean, there's 100 and some players out there that spend so much off-season time and preparation, and just for me especially, being a fifth-year senior and spending a majority of my time behind Deshaun, and there's no point in me, putting all this time and effort in the off season and preparation and all that to just go out there and play timid or scared. So for me, it was just kind of like going out there and just cutting it loose. I mean, at the end of the day, what's the worst that could happen? They send me back to the sideline. So my mentality going in is that I've worked so hard, so there's no need to go out there and play scared and just cut it loose.
What's your practice load been like so far?
It's been the same as any normal week. We all prepare the same exact way. This week has been no different. A lot of film study, coming in extra and, trying to find those details and, practice is the same as it's always been.
So you're not spending more time with the first team?
No more than normal. I mean, we always do it. Coach here does a good job rotating, making sure everybody's getting reps with, certain receivers, certain groups, linemen, running backs, and all that.
With that being kind of your first significant action this year, do you kind of feel like you provided a sense of relief for your coaching staff, your teammates, even the fans that, hey, I can come in and get the job done if need be?
Yeah, I try not to look at it that way. I feel like, hopefully now, being able to do it in like a game-like situation, people have, can see, that maybe, it brings them a little more confidence. But I feel like, from the players' standpoint, we all work with each other so much this off season. To everybody else, it might be a surprise when they see somebody go in and make a play that doesn't play as much. But for us as a team, when we see other people go out there, it's usually a result of just the off season and the summer and the fall camp, all the hours that we put in, just paying off.
Are you prepared to be the starter this week if needed?
Yeah, absolutely. I prepare every week like I'm the starter. So this like I said, this week is going to be no different for me. Whether I'm called to play 0 plays, 5 plays, or 50 plays, I'll be ready to go.
Is there anything you did in the game on Saturday that to this point you feel like you haven't done in a game, like in the way you made a throw or a play that you made or something like that was just new or felt better to you?
Yeah, the 2-minute drive, usually you see Deshaun go out there every Saturday right before halftime, and it's like we always get a score. And for me, I haven't had like a game like 2-minute drill, and it was good for me to go in there and get those because those are hard to practice, in a game, and getting that game like feel and having to do some clock management and not only be able to have to move the ball down the field, but also watch the clock and do some. Pay attention to those kind of details. So that was probably, for me, the best in-game experience for me to grow off of and build off of.
All right. Thank you, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, y'all.